Welcome to Lego Jurassic Park, and Lego Site B, and Lego San Diego, and Lego Site B again, and Lego Jurassic World. Each movie has 5 levels and an overworld, and each of those levels has sub-levels. Once you complete a level, it becomes available in free play mode, which allows you to use any character that you have unlocked, which is important because some parts of the levels cannot be accessed by the default characters. Jurassic Park and Jurassic World are available to play from the beginning. You must beat Jurassic Park before you can take a helicopter to the second island and play The Lost World, which will then unlock Jurassic Park 3. All of the characters play pretty much the same except for their special abilities. For example, Lex can use computers and shatter glass with her scream, Grant can reassemble bones, Ellie can search through dino droppings, Eddie can repair things, Billy can paraglide, and Supervisor Nick can go suck a lemon. If he had done his job properly, nobody would have died at Jurassic World. For the most part, if they had a line of dialogue in the movies, you can play at them. Seriously, let's take a look. There's Joffrey Harding, Ajay Carter, Burke, Ellis, Juanito, Dr. Wu, Mr. DNA, the Harbor Master, Burner, the Bowmans, Carlos, this driver guy, Cheryl, Ellie's husband, Ellie's son, Enrique, this dork, Ben Hildebrand, Katashi, my role was dramatically reduced, Hamada, this other dork, guy that should have been Conan O'Brien, the Aerospace pilot dude, David Kapp, DJ Master Frank, Colin Trevorrow, Steven Spielberg, the kid that Dr. Grant makes cry, and Dieter Stark. Which is not surprising since he has been a playable character before, but they actually got Peter Stormare to record new lines. There are also a lot of generic workers, guards, and scientists, and some odd choices, like this Jurassic Park warden. Jurassic Park already has a warden. Or it did. And some characters take up 2 spaces for their variation instead of rotating through the variations like most other characters do. If they were looking for a few more characters, why not add this waiter, Hammond's butler, Dotson, that jerk on the subway, the Mitchells, this family, the cute girl in the background here, or this other cute girl in this shot. I guess I will just have to make them in the character editor. There are also several dinosaurs that you can play as. Some you can choose at any time during free play, and some can only be used when you come across these special paths. There are also special paths for vehicles, of which there is a good variety. There is a bit too much collecting. The studs act as currency, which you need to unlock new characters. There are red blocks, which basically act as cheat codes. Some help you out a lot, and some are just silly. And once you find the right ones, collecting studs won't be a problem. At least, once you collect enough studs to unlock the ability. There are amber blocks which unlock new dinosaurs, and mini-kits which unlock skeleton versions of those same dinosaurs. All of those are fine, but there are also gold blocks to collect. Many, many gold blocks. And they don't do anything. They should have reduced their number by at least half, and given them a purpose. Like say, cashing them in for extra studs. The load times between levels are very long, and sometimes the game will have to stop and load for a couple seconds in an open world area where it should be seamless. I know the 360 can do large open world environments easily, so this shouldn't happen. One time the frame rate dropped to about 5 frames per second. I don't think I've ever seen that happen on a console game. And one time I had to exit the game because I could not switch characters, which I had to do in order to progress. I think this game was designed for the newer systems, and optimization for the older consoles was an afterthought. I don't like that the B button is used for both building and using your special abilities. One of the triggers could have been used. Really, the game should just let you configure the controls yourself. In fact, all games should do that. Except for Steel Battalion. That would be ridiculous. The graphics are great. Of course, it's easy to render Lego objects, but the environments aren't made of plastic, and they look very good. Except for this river. It looks fakier than the opening shot of Jurassic World. The earlier Lego games relied entirely on pantomime to tell their stories. So although the newer games are fully voiced, the legacy hasn't been abandoned. What I'm trying to say is, I like the animation. Most of the levels use fixed camera angles, and sometimes those angles aren't very good. Thankfully, the overworld gives you more freedom with the camera. Voice clips from the movies are used, but not all of them are very good. You can tell that the developers did not have access to all the source material and had to try and isolate the sound clips themselves. It sounds great most of the time, but every now and then there is a serious dip in quality that really draws attention to itself.
This is a hide. You know, you go up and you hide.
Actually, it is put in a very convenient fighting height.
However, most of the cast from Jurassic World voice their characters here, which allows them to add new lines just for the game.
Quickly!
Really? Is there some urgency for some reason?
The dinosaur sound effects all sound great though, as do all of the ambient sound effects. Most of the music is straight from the original movie scores, so of course it sounds great. I just wish there were a few more tracks from each movie. There is also some music created for the game. I got very excited when I saw that 8-bit music was a special unlockable. I imagined that it would be chiptune versions of the movie music. Unfortunately, it is just music that was used for an arcade game that you can play in Jurassic World. It's good music, it's just not what I had hoped that it would be. Like all of the Lego games, this is made to be accessible to young children and casual gamers. You have unlimited lives, and the only penalty for death is losing some of the Lego studs you've collected. Enemies are easy to defeat, and the puzzles are simple, although you may wander around for a few minutes trying to find the item you need to solve it. The stories from the movies are followed fairly closely. Some parts are expanded upon, while others are shortened or skipped entirely. And since this is a Lego game, everything has been changed to be as funny and kid-friendly as possible. It's funny to think that out of all the video game adaptations of Jurassic Park, it's the Lego version that ends up being the most accurate. When a character loses all of their health, their components fly apart. However, nobody ever actually dies. They all end up surviving in humorous ways. Sorry if you consider that a spoiler. I really enjoyed this game. I highly recommend it for the average gamer, or even non-gamers, and for Jurassic Park fans, it's a must-buy.